BTCC would have stepped in and liquidated the portfolio, correct?
I'm not sure what the exact steps that they would take if we weren't in compliance with the deposit requirements would be.
In a case of non-payment, NSCC may cease to act for the clearing member and liquidate its unsettled clearing portfolio.
That's correct, but it would not have been a good situation for the firm or the customers.
For my constituents who are Robinhood clients, what would this have done to their portfolio if it would have been forced liquidation as a result of missing the capital call?
At the very least, it would have resulted in a total
catastrophe for Robinhood, correct?
It would not have been a good situation for the customers.
Catastrophe for Robinhood, correct?
And not just Robinhood, but the over 13 million customers that we serve.
Love your company because it does, when correctly managed, provide investment opportunities for where my constituents could have their shares liquidated without their consent.
The Robinhood Securities team took $3 billion.
$3 billion.
$3 billion.
I
believe that's correct, yes.
That is not necessarily true.
What's going on, Ape Nation? So we've been focusing on Ken Griffin a lot, and don't get me wrong, Ken Griffin deserves our attention because, you know, he's just a heck of a guy. But in us doing so, we've neglected a very important figure, and that person is none other than Robinhood CEO, and he deserves our attention. He deserves our focus on the fact that the name of the company that he's the CEO of is Robinhood. And that would stand for taking from the rich and giving to the poor. At least that's what, I know from the movie. But actually, is that the case here? I mean, is it? Or is it that he's taken from the poor and given to the rich? That bastard with the long frickin' hair. It's the hair that's doing it, I'm telling you. Now, I know you can't see my face right now, but my hair is getting kind of long as well. But there's a reason that my hair is getting long and that I'm growing it out. And that's because I'm a frickin' ape. What the hell is his excuse? He gave us a story when all this crap was going down. The initial story was that maybe there's too much volume, there's too many people buying and selling on this platform, so it just tanked. I want to meet your frickin' platform developer, your frickin' app developers, your frickin' website developers, whatever the story is. I want to meet these ass clowns because you are a billion-dollar company. How in the hell are you frickin' hiring some damn developers that do not know what the hell they're doing? I mean, I know that you've all seen where the sell button disappears, where the buy button disappears. I mean, I know you guys have experienced that because I've experienced that when I've been trading on Robinhood in the past. And, it sucks because you, as the retail investor, end up losing. And it's not your fault. It's not that you're a bad trader. It's not that you don't know how to day trade or swing trade. Or it's not that you can't make money. It's the simple fact that these douchebags over at Robinhood are teaming up with Citadel and other hedgies, and they're pretty much going against you. That's right. I said it. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not scared to say it. Robinhood pretty much takes from the poor or from the retail investor and gives it to the hedgy man. Who the hell is the hedgy man? Well, that would be like Citadel. We can call him Ken Griffin. And if this is your first time here, by the way, if it is your first time here, smash that like button because the YouTube algorithm needs to share this with as many apes as possible. It helps spread the message. It helps the movement. But also don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tap that bell as well, because we want you to join our ape family. We're growing every single day. Enough of that though, we got to get back into the video. We've got work to do, my apes. So here's what's going on. We've got the freaking hedgy mans against us. It's us versus the hedgy mans. And what they're doing is lining their pockets with ape money. And when that happens, we've got serious freaking problems. So we've got a lot of names on our ape wall of shame already. It's time to add some more. But I think we can kill several birds with just one stone, not just two. So we're going to put Robinhood on the ape wall of shame. And yes, I read the comments. I know that you guys want Ricky Gutierrez, or whatever the hell his name is, on the ape wall of shame. We're going to do that. Don't worry. We're going to get to that video. It won't be today because I've got bigger fish to fry. But look, he's coming. Anybody that disrespects the apes or the ape movement is coming. Now, I don't even know how the heck that guy disrespected the apes because I don't watch his videos. But you guys told me. So when I'm done with this, I will definitely check out Ricky G by request. And yeah, It's our family, our ape tribe versus whoever the hell is against us. But back to the matter at hand. So we got this pretty little narrative from Robinhood CEO, and then it turns out that he testifies to something else, and then he testifies to something else again. So now he's talking about, and keep in mind, after testifying at the same hearing, but, while he was being questioned by a different congressperson, and when he said, oh, no, we didn't have any liquidity issues, but it turns out that you did. And not only do you have liquidity issues, the liquidity issue at hand is worth $3 billion. How in the hell do you make a mistake like that to where you get confused and do not know that you had a $3 billion liquidity issue? Like, how do you forget about that? Like, what the hell is wrong with you, Robinhood CEO? Again, it must be the long hair. By the way, this is all for entertainment purposes only. I'm making all this crap up, or at least it's just my own opinion. Pick one, whatever one you pick, stick with it. I don't care. All I care about is that this bastard can't sue me. But yeah, let's talk about all the different narratives that we've got from this dude. So we get narrative A, which makes no sense at all. We're not going to go over it again. Then we get narrative B, and then we get narrative C. What the hell is narrative B? Well, narrative B was, no, I do not have liquidity issues. But then for narrative C, what ended up happening was that he got put on the spot. He got pressured, and this congressperson that was interrogating him said, hey, man, I think you did have liquidity issues. Isn't that right? Because here's what the hell went on. And when he was confronted with the facts, ladies and gentlemen, as dumb as he is, he still got it. He got the issue with what the hell his narrative was saying, or what he was saying in his narrative, and he had to admit that, yeah, I'm a dumbass. I screwed up. I told y'all 3 different stories, and now I'm gonna get punished. But is he gonna get punished? Are these freaking jerk-ass clowns gonna do something about this? Ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first to tell you, yes, they will. Do you know why? And just in case you don't, let me very quickly go over it. It's because there's going to be some changes taking place. And these changes are taking place because of us, the apes, standing together like a band of brothers and sisters. We are an ape frickin' family. They call us Ape Nation. They frickin' shake in their boots when we walk by in the jungle of the bananas, because we make crap happen. You already knew this, but let me remind you, we are strong together, strong as ever. We hold the keys to the tendies and to the frickin' bananas in our hairy ass palms. That's just how it works. And if you have any doubts about what I'm saying, just look around. Look at what's going on now. Changes are taking place. They're going into effect. Things are different now. These are not your frickin' old days when we were all dispersed and did not have the internets to communicate with one another. But back to the Robinhood CEO. That son of a gun told 3 different stories. Now, the jungle that I come from, okay, you would get all your frickin' bananas taken. Matter of fact, you'd get your banana split because you are perjuring yourself. When the Robinhood CEO does it because of his long, girly hair, he doesn't get no perjury charges. They just let him go. They slap him on the wrist, probably slap him on the ass because he likes it, and then they let him go on his merry way. Well, we're not going to stand for that, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going to let it happen, okay? If they're going to let him go on his merry way without perjuring him, then we're going to take his freaking money, and that's because it's our money anyways. It belongs to the apes. It all belongs to the apes, and Robinhood has something in their, contract or whatever you want to call it, whatever you signed digitally, that's talking about mediation. And why would we need mediation? Well, if you lost money, any amount of money, it doesn't even have to be a significant amount, but the more significant, the better, then you can go to mediation against the CEO of Robinhood, well, against just Robinhood, and you can get some, if not all of your freaking money back. It just depends on the situation. Yeah, we can all do that together as one, or we can do it individually as individual apes. It really doesn't matter. We have the power to do that. We have the right to do that, and we need to exercise our rights because if we don't exercise our rights, then we're pretty much wasting them and we're giving them up. This is a movement. We are the apes. Don't forget that, because we're fighting for the cause. We're fighting for something good. We're fighting for the wealth of our children and our children's children. But that about sums it up. So now here's the rest of the clip.
So in your testimony, you mentioned that the automated deposit requirements from DTCC came in at 5:11 a.m. Eastern, and it showed a $3 billion deficit, correct?
I believe that's correct, yes.
Okay. At that point, 5:11 a.m., did you have the liquidity to meet the additional $3 billion deposit requirement?
So as we wrote in detail in my written testimony, there were a series of steps that the Robinhood Securities team took to
reclaim my time, sir. At that exact moment, did you have the liquidity for $3 billion? 5:11 a.m.
At that moment, we would not have been able to post the $3 billion in collateral.
So when you said, and you've said this multiple times, that you did in fact have the liquidity and you didn't have a liquidity problem, at that moment in time, that is not necessarily true, correct? You had to take steps to get there.
Congressman, we did have to, the Robinhood Securities team had to work with our relevant clearinghouses to adjust the risk profile of the trading day in order to meet our collateral requirements.
Right. And in order to do that, your choice was to throttle trading to prevent your clients from being able to purchase in certain shares, correct?
That's correct. Robinhood Securities had to restrict buying in about 13 securities.
Okay. And if you had not been able to de-risk the profile or the portfolio, excuse me, you wouldn't been able to raise the money, get the VAR requirement and the excess capital charge waived to de-risk the portfolio, then DTCC would have stepped in and liquidated the portfolio, correct?
I'm not sure what the exact, Congressman, what the exact steps that they would take if we weren't in compliance with the deposit requirements would be, but it would not have been a good situation for the firm or the customers.
So reclaim my time. So the letter that Ranking Member McHenry submitted for the record, I would draw everyone's attention to. I'll just read this. If a clearing member fails to satisfy a margin call, it exposes other clearing members to risk and can put NSCC out of compliance. In a case of non-payment, NSCC may cease to act for the clearing member and liquidate its unsettled clearing portfolio. So that was definitely in the cards. For my constituents who are Robinhood clients, what would this have done to their portfolio if it would have been forced liquidation as a result of missing the capital call?
Well, Congressman, if there was forced liquidation, at the very least, it would have resulted in a total lack of access to the markets for your constituents, not just to the 13 securities that we restricted buying in.
Right. So this would have been an enormous catastrophe for Robinhood, correct? And the clients.
Correct. And not just Robinhood, but the over 13 million customers that we serve.
Yeah. And I think that's really sort of the crux of the issue. So in a sense, I love your company because it does, when correctly managed, provide investment opportunities for individuals who are currently frozen out of the markets for one reason or another. At the same time, though, I believe a vulnerability was clearly exposed in your business model and perhaps in the regime that governs your capital requirements. And we just can't live in a world where my constituents could have their shares liquidated without their consent because you all aren't able to make a capital call. I appreciate that you were able to ultimately satisfy it. But the amount of time you have from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. to figure this out is scary for the company. And frankly, I care more about my constituents than anything and scary for them. And so I hope we'll continue to look at that. Beyond that, though, I also hope that this hearing highlights a very real problem with our financial markets today and how they're accessed by everyday investors. Today, the Melvin and Citadels of the world, as well as major PE and VC funds, have access to the world's greatest investment opportunities on the planet, whereas the retail investor world, of which Mr. Gill is a great member, it doesn't, for lack of a better term, has access to an ever diminishing set.
While I have you here, I wanted to quickly tell you about the brand new First Trade app, available for mobile or PC. The platform will give you access to powerful and easy to use tools and allows you to trade with less restrictions, zero commissions, zero fees, and you can use the first link in the description below to download a free stock today without having to deposit any money. This will greatly help out the channel and is always appreciated. And now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Congrats, ladies and gentlemen, you've made it to the end of the video. If you like what you watched, make sure you subscribe because I put out videos just like this one every single day. And please do me a favor and smash that like button if I helped you in any way, because it really goes a long way in helping the channel out and keeps me motivated to make videos every single day. Now, there's a lot of work involved, a lot of research, and a lot of time and effort into editing and putting these out daily for you guys. You can subscribe from your screen right now. Or if you want to watch one of my other videos, I'm sure YouTube has some good content picked out for you on the left-hand side of your screen now. Thanks for sticking it out with me till the end, and I will see you guys in the next video.